It was just CBD, maybe THC, plus a little rum.
Beans, booze, and gummies. Perfect flight plan.
But first, Nation, let's do this.
It was just CBD. That's legal everywhere, right? With THC and rum. Math checks out.
Good morning and welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith Jonathan.
Choices make legacies, Frankie. Yours, terrible.
Baby, the Lady Drew is in the house to save the day.
Your daily accountability partner, your morning routine, your live stream.
Lady Drew, you're a saint, my guardian angel.
Don't thank me yet, sugar. You owe me big.
Yeah? Bail plus interest.
Where real talk collides with inspirational content, entertaining conversation, and a whole lot of laughs.
Mental reps, Tommy. Mind over coconuts.
The mind is a muscle, but you don't train it like that.
Holroyd the OG is here.
Listen, if you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe.
Beans are the fuel of kings.
Whoa, protein is fine, but bees no balance.
Here comes the honey sermon.
Drop a comment because we don't just talk at you.
Strategic micro snoozes. Genius, right?
Genius. That's called failure.
We are building a conversation, a global conversation.
Snoozers are losers. Apple made it easier to fail, but justice here is swift. It was plant protein, I swear. He was just drunk.
Remember, this is an R-rated show.
You're real people, but in AI form, helping us real humans?
Yeah. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, genius.
Either get the kids out of the room or tell them I'm gonna fucking swear.
One mental rep. Every morning, shut up, alarm. Here's my rep. Drink coffee, avoid you.
Oh yeah, Grandpa. Why does Uncle Keith have to drop the F word?
The whole world's watching your mornings now.
Not like this. Not like this.
It's the only way they'll watch you.
What's happening, my brothers? I gotta jump in on this quick.
I ditched alcohol, built stillness instead. Now I run Texas's busiest float centers.
You built a bathtub empire?
Better to be. We'll talk more with Keith and John.
Have you noticed yourself? Have you become a better communicator?
Strength starts here, in your head.
You know what I noticed the most?
AI, reality, whatever this is, you showed up.
Yeah!
And now we're all stuck here.
I can basically spend 90 minutes talking my morals and my beliefs.
Yes.
Which makes them stronger.
So now what the fuck do we do?
I wonder what Keith is doing.
See, Jimmy leaves, the whole show goes sideways.
True motherfucking story.
Boss, you found us!
Great, now we can't hide.
Join us live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Don't hit snooze. Subscribe now. Join us live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Don't hit snooze. Subscribe now.
Tune in tomorrow for more.
Wait, was he real or was he AI? I'm so confused.
If you can squat a barbell, but you can't carry the weight of your own thoughts, today's show is going to change how you train, change how you live, because real strength starts in the mind. Melissa, Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and all the whole entire Mornings in the Lab universe starts right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
When something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
from squirting to squirreling.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
Regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Yo, nation, we are getting up and getting after it. Think about it. Your biceps don't decide how you show up in life. No, you don't. Your mental muscles do. And just like hitting the gym, Training your mindset is about naps, resistance, reps, not naps, and the discipline to keep showing up. And we're going to dig into that today, right now. But first, let's get up and let's get after it. Good morning and welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Your live morning show experience built for men who don't hit the snooze on their lives. Quick reminder, you guys, before we roll and get after it, like, subscribe, drop a comment. This is your daily accountability partner, your live morning motivation. And yes, oh yes, baby, yes, Lab Nation, it is an R-rated experience. So if the kids are around, put the headphones in or I just might offend them. Yep, I offended some kids yesterday looking at Uncle Keith going, oh my God, you offended me. Yes, I did. Hey, remember, you guys hit that snooze button, you'll be 9 minutes behind the guy who didn't. Lab Nation, we don't snooze, we get up, we get after it. Here's what's happening today. In the morning loop, we're going to talk about plant protein. And yeah, well, let's just say how it can literally help your crapper time. Yep, true story. And hey, from there, we're going to spin into the headlines you didn't know you needed. Why more than half the world says ChatGPT has already placed Google. How a woman's knee pain uncovered the golden thread in her joints. Yeah, true story. She had golden threads in her body. I'm just telling you, I'm not here to break the news. I'm just here to talk about it. Yeah. And what the father of a quantum computing believes about AGI and actually being a person. What? And why iPhone 17 Pro is already shaping up to be 2025's can't ignore device. And that's just the start. Later on center stage, you're going to meet Kyle Struebing, the ex-corporate sales manager who dropped alcohol. Good story. And built one of the busiest float therapy centers in Texas. But first, let's kick things off with the loop. Plant protein, better digestion, and what it really means for your body. Yes, baby. And hey, and then we're going to put the spotlight on your mindset. Yeah, that mindset of yours. Yeah. In the morning focus. One mental rep you can practice every morning that actually pays dividends throughout the day. And then we're going to wrap it up like we always do in the community corner. We will open the phone lines up. We'll get into the community. We'll go spend some time in LinkedIn, go spend some time in Substack, go spend some time on YouTube, as well as spend time right here in the comments. Good morning, Mark Kemp. I see you out there, Mark. Congratulations on your podcast appearance. We got Mark Kemp joining us in the lab here in a few weeks. All right, fellas, is your morning coffee ready to rock and roll? Because if it is, we're going to get up into it in just a moment. But guys, before we do that, you guys can join the live conversation one of three ways. Here's how we're going to do it. First, you come join us in the live comments. The vertical stream is hopping. We got the boy wonder down there, Matty Roof, the host of Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time, right here on the Mornings Lab Live Network. Roofy's out there interacting with all of you guys, so come tap on Matty's shoulder and say, what's shaking, brother? What's shaking, brother, from another mother? Always good to have Roofy in the comments. We got Melissa on the buttons. She's running things while Jimmy's out there being a dad, traveling around the world. I see John Anderson joining us in the community, joining us in the green room here in a quick second. And then, guys, the second way you can connect with us, the phone lines will be open. Second hour, 431-300-3005. Phone me, text me, leave me a voicemail. And third, but last but not least, the Mornings in the Lab community. Yes, this show is free. What's behind the paywall gets even better. Ask Holroyd, the OG. If you guys didn't see the opener, we had an appearance by the OG himself. Holroyd, I told you, man, when you stepped up when nobody else was stepping up, Adam Holroyd stepped up, and you know what he did, Nation? Pulled out his wallet. He pulled out his wallet, and he became the OG, the first member of our community. Picked up a hat from the Mornings in the Lab store, and as a result, we're celebrating here this morning in the trailer. Lady Drew was in the trailer. Tom Ritchie was in the trailer. Bernard was in the trailer. You guys want to be in the trailer? Come communicate with us, interact with us, and have some fun over here on Mornings in the Lab. All right, Melissa, I see the big dog waiting for me. Let's get into the morning loop with John Anderson.
Back, baby. Keith, John, we're live, we're loud, we're Jersey strong.
We're barely legal.
Wait, you can't arrest me. Keith needs us. Oh.
Dude, stop being so dramatic.
Johnny lighting up on the fly with the camera shining on him. How's it going, brother?
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much. That was a good time, man. Just coming in with the camera, lights shining up, the flame. It looked like that boat that got blew up off the coast of Venezuela by the U.S. a couple days ago. But anyways,
you know, You know, I burn through my fucking lighter fluid so fast because the transition always takes twice as long. So I sit there and burn the end of this thing. I'm fucking around.
How are you? How was your day yesterday? Give me a 24-hour update on the loop. What's your loop been like, brother?
It was good. I got a great workout.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. Last night I don't know exactly, but I've been waking up and everything's good, but I felt like I was not quite on my sweet spot, and I think I got it back today. I think it was a sleep thing, you know, between guests and whatnot. You know, I'm so sensitive to being on the money. I can tell. I guess, you know, most people would never know, but I can tell the difference between being on and say being in the low 90 percentile.
Yes. I tell you, man, ever since we've been hanging out, I've really been leaning into the idea of a feeling, right?
Yeah.
And leaning into it. And I'll tell you, man, it's because I know for a fact that you're the same way as I am at this point. This show shows up every 24 hours. There's no non-negotiable. It's part of our non-negotiables now. So, you know, as you've always said, time is currency. And with this now, it's like, okay, so if I'm to bed an hour later than normal, it absolutely unequivocally affects me. There's no offense.
100%, brother. 100%. Yeah. And that can be, maybe it's the fact that you just didn't sleep as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that time is like, it's the recovery time of sleep is just so undervalued.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. I absolutely agree.
My naps have been actually a little different too, which is kind of trippy. My naps have been a little longer. So I think my body was trying to catch up.
Yeah. I was supposed to have a nap yesterday, but I fused it. I chose to just work through my I like to grab 20 minutes every now and then throughout the day, but yesterday I was like, nah, you know what, I'm gonna stay focused, kept the head down and put the nap aside, but I did get to bed in good time. So I reversed my plan. I went to bed in better time.
Well, here's a plan I just want to share how I go about my nap so that it doesn't screw up my day, right? So I plan an hour.
Yes.
Now there are times where I'm only sleep for 15 minutes. Right. But then if I do sleep for an hour, I have that time scheduled. So now on the days where it's 15 minutes, I just have extra productivity. But don't schedule 15 minutes. I'll just do a quick nap and then you sleep longer, it kind of fucks your shit up. Plan a longer time.
100%.
And then if you use the time, great. If you don't, go back to productivity.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all over that. What I've also been actually leaning into has been horizontal workflow. And I'm serious. Right. So
just letting your back elongate, dude. I swear to God, I can lay down.
Yeah.
And I can feel my spine kind of just like slowly just spreading itself out.
Yeah. And leaning into productivity with my phone because I can be productive on my device. So to those that are like, oh, you're laying down. No, I'm actually working right now because it's I sit so much. I stand for 3 hours here every morning. Plus I train for 90 minutes before we get on the show. I stand for 2.5 hours. So my whole morning is standing. So some days I'm like, you know, John, I'm going to do some horizontal work for a while. And I don't mind it. I find it actually quite productive.
Yeah, I do. I often, like if I have a chunk of time to work on social media. Yeah. Rarely will I do that in a chair.
Oh yeah. You'll do it horizontal?
Yeah, because I have no reason to be sitting up.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Well, listen, let's get into it. We got a guest coming here at the bottom of the hour. I got a few things to throw on the table. Melissa, what are we talking about today?
Officer, we got to call Keith. Find out what the lab's talking about.
Yeah, Keith. What's happening in the lab today?
Hey, so I know you're a meat guy. I know you love your meat. But maybe the surprising power of plant protein, Johnny. Maybe sometimes you might want to grab some plant protein to flush out the system. Lean into that topic for me, brother.
I mean, you from a standpoint of, excuse me, get my nicotine out of my mouth. So from a standpoint of, I guess if you want to look at it from a number perspective, you have an argument.
Yes.
But anybody who knows what they're talking about doesn't look at the calorie, kind of looks at the macro, but focuses on the micro.
I'm purely talking about shitting better. So I will tell you, I will tell you an experience I had. I stopped beef for about a week.
Hold on. So the plant protein talk is to shit better.
Yeah, 100% just to poop better. Not
Why fucking take the hard route to shit better? Jesus Christ.
talk about it.
There's so many ways to shit better. You know, it's like, why corner yourself into using only plant protein?
Maybe somebody wants to choose to eat some plant protein, which might, so what I'm saying is maybe leaning into some plant-based proteins like beans just might help you have a dump a little better.
Well, I guess the question I'm just
I'm
trying to understand our conversation here. Well, maybe we can just choose the fucking most inefficient way to do everything in life as well.
go lean into it with me. Go.
Well, I mean, if taking a dump is the number one order,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be leaning into the protein part of plant to take a dump.
Keep going.
And obviously people go into fiber, right?
Yep.
You gotta have fiber. Fiber's healthy, yada yada. But when it comes down to it, taking a dump, I mean, shit. You want to start off with, you want that plant, whatever you're going to use to work better. Lay off the fucking processed foods first. It'll work like a goddamn charm.
Yes. I think so. So more so, the argument around this is the surprising power of plant protein. So I can share with you my experience. I spent a little bit of time. I said to myself, I'm going to stop eating meat-based protein for a while. It was a few years ago. True story. I tried experiment guy like yourself, right? So you know what? I'm going to stop eating beef and I'm going to lean into more. It didn't last very long because I like my fucking meat, but I tried it. And I will tell you, I remember talking with AJ. There was a week because I went through this exercise with AJ. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop eating meat for a week and I'm just going to eat plant-based protein. Well, dude, I was shitting a forest for the whole week. Every single day, I was just shitting out a forest. Right?
You know why you're fucking shitting out a forest? Because your body's going, okay, let's get rid of all this stuff that you want. Can I have back the stuff that I want, please?
So I went back to eating my beefs. True story. But again, this is more so about the surprising role, and because you know this, like fiber plays in digestion. And sometimes we may want to choose plant-based protein to help with that. So that's more so the point of this conversation.
Yeah, I guess I'm still really, this is just I guess this is like a language that's so fucking, not sound like an asshole.
No.
A language that's so like,
well, it's foreign to you. It's foreign to you because you're not one who speaks in the world of plant-based protein, and I can respect that. Nothing but props.
Well, no, if we're gonna talk about plant-based protein, but it's not centered around taking a dump, there's a conversation.
Yes,
but it's like, you know, I'm trying to think of a fucking good example here, and it's this. I can't even think of one so far off the fucking reservation that actually compares.
Where somebody would have one. And hey, listen, so we'll get into that a little bit throughout the show here today. Also joined bottom of the hour, we got a dude who ditched his alcohol. Just like yesterday, we had that lady who ditched alcohol yesterday, Carrie Schwier, right? So we had a guy, Kyle Struebing, coming up at the bottom of the hour, who ditched alcohol and built Texas's most booked up float therapy center. I got to be honest, I'm kind of curious about this.
That sounds interesting.
It does, 100% it does. Yeah.
Anytime you can build something and it becomes, popularized, you had a vision.
Exactly, 100%. A deep dive we're going to get into talk, John, how to train the mental resilience. I know since we have started working together, you and I have really walked down the path.
I'm sorry. I just got a quick question. We're like going down the list. We're going to talk about it. Does it mean we're coming back to plant-based protein to take it down?
I'll weave it through at some point. Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, I thought we were leaving that ridiculous shit behind.
Or maybe I will just leave it aside. You never know, Anderson. I just don't fucking Uncle Pete just might go back on you here. But I want to talk a little bit also mental resilience, because since we've started working together, we both understand the power of physical training, but more and more, especially as we age, we really have uncovered the strength we gain through mental resilience and the mental strength. And I love the quote you've dropped, which is if humans would spend as much time training our brains as we trained our chest or our biceps, man, would we have a lot of strong humans out there. We're also going to lead into just going to have some fun with, Apple just made it easier to fail with changing all the snooze button stuff. And then we'll wrap up with one mental rep you can practice every morning. So we got a few topics to get in today as we go through the show. But Melissa, let's get into the news. What do we got in the news today, Melissa?
Golden threads in her knee. Chat GPT beating Google. AGI's a person. And the iPhone 17 is the one to get.
Hey, look, Frankie, even the cops are curious.
Where do I watch this?
I knew this is the first one to lead with you because you're doing this. I know pretty much for a fact that you're not using Google very much. You're using ChatGPT for search, aren't you?
Yeah, although I'm a little fucking disheartened right now because fucker really led me astray. I told you about not too long ago.
I know.
I haven't fucking forgiven the son of a bitch yet. Now now when I get information, I'm like, fuck, how real is this? Jesus Christ. So I have to like ask, like, if I'm saying like, what's the date? Sometimes, it's like, it's easier to ask chat than to find that little app on my fucking phone with all so many pages of shit. I'll trust that one. But if it's going to be an internet search to find information, I know I better come at that with like 5 or 6 different angles.
Can I invite you to consider something to use maybe? And I can throw you the link if you don't. I think you have it on your phone. I think I gave it to you a while ago. I was talking to Matt about this last night, actually. So, and just for Nation to know this too, we use Perplexity as our source of truth. So all of our content and all of our conversations come from Perplexity. Why, John? Because I think it does an even better job of some of the other engines out there, grabbing all these sources around the web.
That's a form of chat?
Yeah, so Perplexity is like ChatGPT. So Perplexity is another, I'll send you the app. It's another engine. It's a great engine, actually. So when we're creating our conversations and all like these news items and everything, we start with Perplexity and then we branch it off from there. I would invite you to check that out. It's really great, actually. It's a great engine. But I bring it up, Johnny, because numbers just released. Google's market share dipped below 90% for the first time in a decade. ChatGPT is dominating with an 82.7% share. 55% of U.S. users are now using ChatGPT for tasks once owned by Google. So just pause on that. So you're a business owner, and I'm going to say kind of overnight, 55% of your traffic has gone to another store. Could you imagine? You're, as a former gym owner, you're like, holy fuck, what happened? Like almost 6 people out of 10 that were coming here yesterday are now going over there. That's a pretty big impact, brother.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's this tech war is crazy. It can flip back and forth.
Yes.
Like a tachometer.
Yeah, 100%. And hey, get this, dude, this one was fascinating. When Melissa threw this on my plate last night, I was like, yeah, we got to talk about this one. A South Korean woman had severe knee pain, Johnny. She went to the doctor, revealed hundreds of gold threads embedded in her joints from
define threads.
Exactly what you think it is, a thread from repeated,
like literally like a little piece of like like something you'd use to sew, but it fucking made of gold.
Get this,
no shit, that's fucking out there.
But it came from repeated gold thread acupuncture, a traditional but unproven treatment for arthritis. You've gone for acupuncture? I've never gone for acupuncture. Have you?
I did it once.
You did, eh? Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Oh, fuck, I was like 17. No, I swear to God, dude.
It was yesterday.
Yeah. I had tweaked my back in daily doubles in football.
Okay,
and I was actually doing pretty fucking well. Like my parents like, oh Jesus, he's going to be on the field.
Yeah.
As a junior on varsity, which I didn't think that was going to happen. I tweaked my back. So they sent me home. They're like, look, you're having a hard time standing up. You got to go home. Because in those days, you didn't leave until they told you. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
Today, oh my God, my back hurts. I'm going to go home. Okay. Anyway, so I go home. My mom jumps on the horn, and we had like a distant friend of the family who's an acupuncturist. And she's like, let's see if this works. Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And because she called the doctor and we couldn't get in right away, blah, blah, blah. Son of a bitch, he went and I don't know what he did. I was on my stomach. I felt a couple of little tiny pricks in my back. And I guess what he did was he prompted a few muscles to relax with finding pressure points. Dude, I walked out of there fucking no problem.
Yeah, I'm so skeptical of all that stuff. I'm sure you are too, but I'm just.
Well, I never did it again. Yeah, but I mean, I was a little bit in disbelief, but at that point, I really didn't care. I was just trying to get back to the field.
Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith and John. Have you had acupuncture? Have you? I want to hear if you've had acupuncture. Have you had success in it? Holroyd's like gold in the knees. I was going to blame the aliens. Yeah, so I wanted to know if you've had acupuncture, if you had a gold hanging in your knees. But Johnny, these X-ray stun doctors showing that these golden threads, they complicated imaging. There's some risk to the whole thing, but what it really showed,
better not go in the fucking MRI machine.
I was just going to say,
gonna fucking flying across the room, man.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy. So it gets just this idea of gold. So this gold thread acupuncture ended up having gold thread inside of her. Hey, so the father, here's another thing for you, which I find kind of interesting. We obviously talk AI in the show quite a bit. The father of quantum computing, I know I brought this up because I know Terry's into quantum physics and so forth. The father of quantum computing, Oxford physicist David Deutsch, father of quantum, says true AGI, so AGI, artificial general intelligence, he believes that it won't be software, it's going to be a person. And he believes that AGI will be conscious beings with rights, property, and moral standing. So just kind of let's step back and kind of think weird for a second. But, these systems that we're using right now are largely obviously they're all software. And have you heard about the Turing test? I know you have in your lifetime. It's a test that computers go through to determine whether they could act or pass as a human. It's called the Turing test. So this guy thinks
honestly, bro, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. So they put machines through these tests. So just like a human, go test. And if it can pass a number of benchmarks, it's moving towards AGI. So this
real quick, brother, on that level, I have never talked so much tech
I know
in my life until you.
I know, and I'm loving it.
I always have someone on my team that can deal with this shit. It's like
I love teaching you.
I'm like I'm kind of like that, that baby deer that can barely stand up with the shaky knees in the tech world. So I have a monster on the team that I can flip it out to, and he can come back to me with what I need to do.
You know what's awesome though, pal, and I'll share with you here what's happening with you and I right now with our dynamic is really, to be frank, where I've had success in my professional career. I've learned that I can communicate with my peer group because I'm nerdy and I can understand these concepts and teach them and have conversations with my peers. Right. And this is really where I've succeeded in life, just being really frank right now, where in business, I can kind of go, okay, I understand that. And I can connect the dots and then I think make it interesting for you because I see you lean in, your ears perk up. And I think I'm good at finding these things that I can grab interest with my friends. So
I agree. Quick question on that.
Yeah.
So in the heart of hearts, do you consider yourself nerdy?
I do. Yeah, 100% I do. Yeah, absolutely. And I always have. It's back to yesterday's conversation, Joe. And I think that's where I really struggled as a young man growing up because, where I thought I was the jock, but I wasn't really the jock because as a boy growing up, you play hockey and sports, but yet I was more comfortable being nerdy and computer wise. But growing up in those era, John, like you and I did, that's kind of not what you did. It was like the book nerd. Remember the nerds? We grew up with that movie, right? So, yeah. But yeah, I would consider myself more on the introverted nerdy side for sure.
Well, and that's that having that kind of like you wear your shit on your sleeve kind of like I do. That's what makes us us.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely 100%.
Well, that tells us exactly why your AI counterpart has got none of that in him. Fuck.
Well, listen, I just fucking put the picture.
You put that in there and say, listen, dude, tell him you're talking to Chad or Manus or who the fuck you're talking to or whatever this new one is. Say, look, make this character, but make him a fucking G. Take that part of me that I've owned and leave it behind.
That's it. Yeah. Leave the husky fat kid aside. 100%. That's exactly. Good morning, guys. I see you guys all in the comments. You guys are active out there today. I really appreciate that. Hey, so what iPhone do you have, Johnny? Do you have like a 16, 17, 15, or you don't even fucking know?
Fuck, I don't know. I have the one that still works until it starts to glitch, and I have to get another one. And I get the newest. Every time I get one, I just get the newest badass.
Yeah.
And then I work with it until it starts glitching.
Yeah.
The problem is at least for me, it's like a couple day drill to get the new one up to speed. It's like, fuck, every time I go to log in, so I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You got to reset everything, right?
Oh God. It's like, so it's never as simple as it's made out to be.
No.
Yeah. So I hold on as long as I can. The last one, I got what's the newest, the trilobite or something, the trillion.
Something like that. Yeah.
Big memory.
Yeah.
The last one, I ran out of memory, and that's what caused me to have to re-up. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Of all the things, I should have bought more memory. That's why I got to do this a year early.
So I'm bringing it up because here's what I'm learning from our audience. Our audience is loving these practical things that, you and I live with. So, okay, next week, new iPhones are coming out. So right now, some dude's listening to us going, new iPhone. What's it all about?
Carrie's waiting for that. She's been waiting.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna offer this though. So yes, new iPhone 17 next week, John, on the 9th. But next September 2026, the folding iPhone's coming out.
No shit.
Yep. And this week
Cool.
Ming Cho, the big analyst, announced that Apple upped their shipments of their folding device next year. They figured that folding device is going to be a massive success because guys like you, guys like me, the older generation they can't make the font any bigger on the screens because our eyes are
so it's going to be a bigger device.
Well, it's going to open up, right? So it's going to be like your iPhone, but it's going to be basically two screens, right? So just like the Samsung Folds, you've seen those folds in the market now for the last 8 years. But the
idea behind unfolding is so it's bigger once it unfolds.
100%. Yeah.
No shit.
Take
it's
your
going to be
iPhone,
like a mini iPad.
Yeah. So take your iPhone, Johnny, and just put two side by side, and then there's going to be your.
It's going to fold. Yeah. It's going to go this way, not this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Yeah, I was thinking the old flip phone.
Yeah. What's up, Tom Ritchie? Hey, Tom, did you see yourself in the trailer? Tom Ritchie was interviewing the folks, Frankie and Tommy, as they're getting out of jail. His lady Drew came and saved the day. We got Tom Ritchie on the Legacies podcast. If you guys are looking for the ultimate cannabis podcast, go check out Tom Ritchie. And don't hold it against him when he does a podcast. I'm working on the brother to get him to do some live stuff. He has done some great live stuff on LinkedIn. But guys, Legacies podcast, the ultimate cannabis show with our brother from another mother. I haven't met him yet. Tom Ritchie is going to be on the show next week, John. I'm looking forward to meeting him. I know he spends some time with us every single day. And anybody who chooses to spend time with us, I got nothing but love for. So yeah, iPhone 17 coming up next week. But listen, let's get back to shitting, can we?
Yeah. I do a lot of that.
I know you do.
A lot of that.
I know you do. So if we eat a lot of meat, we can get bunged up. And I know that
literally bunged.
Yeah. And I know we need to eat our fiber to unbung ourselves.
But when you say bung, you're talking about
backed up, right? Just constipated. Yeah. So choosing a better word. So I found this conversation to create some different ideology around it, because I know I'm a meat-based eater. You are as well. But there are humans. I know my wife loves her plant-based protein. I don't mind plant-based protein. It helps me move my constipation aside. That's a fact, man. You can't debate that.
Well, I mean, but I think that you can just remove the word protein and the same thing still happens.
Okay. Go there with me, though.
That's my point, is that why are we including protein? You're really fucking cornering yourself with plant-based products.
Yes.
Why does it have to be protein? If the idea is to take a shit, why only use the small section of plant that has protein?
I do not disagree with how you're presenting it. Now, Lauren puts it on the table, which I suspect what you would agree with. Which is, take your plate, eat your meat, but make sure you have a good stack of vegetables with your meat so you get your fiber, right? So maybe you're going to have your meat and have your broccoli and there or your spinach or your kale, and there you go, right? You're smiling. Go there, brother.
What was that Pink Floyd song? Remember?
Yeah.
How can you have? What does it say? How can you have your meat before you have your pudding? Or what the fuck did he say? Remember that?
Yeah, I do actually. Oh, I got some protein pudding upstairs in the fridge. You got to eat today. Just remember that. Thank you for reminding me.
But I think, and I agree with what Lauren's saying, 100%. But yeah. it could be cabbage. It could be anything. It could be. So, I guess from the standpoint of, I look at vegetables, as a source of micronutrient values, and fiber. Now, let's just say that we're going to compare, say, the black bean. And asparagus. I'm going to take the asparagus every time.
Yes, you are. 100%.
So again, I think the idea behind it, if someone is like really lacking protein, then, obviously the simple way is to eat more, protein that matters. But then that's the only time I can understand this argument of having plant protein as part of your fiber. That makes sense?
Absolutely. Unless, I'm just going to throw the unless on the table, because that's what we like to do here. Unless, I'm going to back that up, because I was going to say unless somebody just doesn't want to eat meat. But then that's a whole different discussion, though. I preface this conversation essentially around the idea that if you want to shit better and still get your protein, eating plant-based protein might be a solution for you. That's how I would
Yeah,
preface this, John.
I mean, if you're staying focused on protein, like if you okay, I need to get more protein, then I can totally understand why you're bringing plant-based in as a form of fiber. But if you're just looking, if the goal is shitting,
Yes.
keeping yourself locked into only plant-based protein sources, which is a small section, I just think it's very inefficient.
Yeah, that's fair. That's I appreciate that.
And extraordinarily inefficient when it comes to getting the micros that we need from the greens.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Because the greens should be focused on the values that they provide the most of, right? It's like saying, I'm gonna eat grass-fed beef so I can get some fucking fiber so I can shit better. Because the cow ate fucking grass, so there's got to be some fiber in there. Yeah, okay, there's a little bit of protein in some of this shit, but it's very low grade. And the stuff that has the plant protein, generally speaking, that has the fiber in protein and plants are, they're you're going to find more of one or the other.
That's fair enough. We got a question from the community from Sullivan. Hey guys, I know I can see you guys are enjoying the conversation on protein. I appreciate that. Love to hear your feedback. Lauren's putting some stuff out there. So is B Drive. So is Kindness Rising. Johnny, question from Sully, Mike Sullivan. Your thoughts on protein bars? Waste of money and lead to cavities. So first question: waste of money. Hold on. I'm going to try to answer it on behalf of John because I've spent enough time with John. I think John's going to say,
I'm going to ask a question first.
I'm just going to say he's going to ask a question first. And then he might say something along the lines of, if ideally you'd put some almonds or some pocket meat in your pocket so you don't have to buy the packaged stuff. However, if you are in a situation where you need to get the protein, maybe instead of going to the 7-Eleven to buy a protein bar, you can go to Safeway and buy something healthy. However, I think he's going to say at the worst case possible scenario, if you have to get your protein in, by all means, eat the bar. But it's probably your fifth or sixth choice after he asks you the question. How did I do, John?
Way too complex. With simple question about
love it.
What is the purpose of the bar?
Yeah.
If the bar is to acquire protein, not a good investment. If the bar is to acquire something that, like, I use a protein bar when I want something that's a treat, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't eat it for protein.
Yeah.
I eat it because it makes me feel like eating a fucking candy bar.
Yeah. Yep. It's interesting to hear you say, John, because Lauren's going to laugh at what I'm going to say next. There will be times when we'll go to Popeyes, like the nutrition store here, and I'll just load up on the crap, and I'll use air quotes, like the crap, like the processed healthy protein stuff, right? But it's chemicals and crap, but I'll do it just to get myself, to your point, like the treat, like the dessert, right? Or cheese. And I often use this term with Lauren where I want to change the taste of my palate. For example, we wouldn't have like a saltier kind of meal or and I'm looking to change the taste of my palate from a saltier to something sweet. So that's when I'll go and lean into some of that chemically stuff. That's my reason.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it really comes down to it's all purpose driven.
Yes.
Because you're very correct in your explanation of what my question was going to be. If it's protein driven, there's fucking way better options to go.
Yes. Yeah. It's just so convenient.
If you're wanting a treat and you don't want to eat sugar, it's a great way to go.
Yeah.
Because usually when you eat sugar, you're going to get all that fucking nasty chemical shit anyway.
Well, and yeah, I just know myself so well. If I open up the door to carbohydrates and insulin and sugar early in the day, I'm fucked for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
like, I'm fucked.
It fucking opens up a can of worms.
Oh,
you can't fucking get the lid back on.
No, I'm literally chasing the clock to go to bed because I'm like, okay, can I go to bed so I can get to tomorrow so I can try this again? Like, what I mean by trying it again, by not eating early, like even yesterday, I had a great day. I was productive. My dopamine was on fire. I was looking forward to spending some time with my wife, and the afternoon was coming in, and I can see the food noise. Now that I see the food noise, that carbohydrate food noise, right? And I was battling it. I won. I truthfully won, but it was there, man. It was absolutely there.
Dude, and the crazy part is Retatrutide will kill that fucking food noise.
So I'm really fascinated by when you use that term. Like when you say that, what you're saying is that.
Let me give you an example. Yesterday.
Tell me.
Yesterday, So I was kind of at the tail end of that, being tired, right?
Okay.
And
when you're tired, you fucking go chase carbohydrates.
Yeah, like, fuck, man. I'm always shit. I'm always fucking. So I have basically these protein pancakes, right? That I'll use for, and they're prepackaged, right? So they're not fucking good by any means, right?
Yes.
People send me this shit, you know, and I read them. It looks good. I'll put it in the cupboard when I feel like I need something.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I got this fucking idea in my head. Well, Jesus Christ, I'll have my ground beef and I'll have a fucking protein pancake. And this is like far before noon. And I was like, okay, you know what's going to happen.
Yes.
You're going to be chasing this all day.
Yes.
So I said, well, you just wait till once you're done, you can have one of these right before you go to bed. Right. Just like you said, that would have been before at a true tide. I would have been fixated on that all fucking day. Right. To get to that protein pancake.
Absolutely.
Last night I had my fucking last meal. Take it or leave it.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
It makes that shit less important.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does something to the addictive center in the brain. In the clinical trials, they found that the people that had an easier time giving up junk food also gave up their other addictions like alcoholism and gambling.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fascinating to me. I got Petrocelli's dad coming in saying, I use the bar to get a good old fashioned. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Petro's dad, but I'm fascinated by that. Good morning, Spartacus. How's it going, brother? Spartacus, I featured you in and Global. Michael, you were also in the trailer. If you guys find yourself, let me know if you guys found yourself in the trailer. Johnny, this morning in the trailer.
Hey, real quick, to go back to help you understand food noise.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
When you say, if you have something in the beginning of the day, you're fucked.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the food noise that fucks you.
Oh, yeah.
That you know what's coming, so you have the discipline not to take that first step. If you took that first step, what would haunt you is the food noise. That's food noise.
Interesting.
That thing, that voice that just won't leave you alone because you hit the trigger, right?
Yeah.
That's food noise.
How nervous are you? So, question for you. So, putting aside the way that we take it, and let me back it up. So, I want to talk.
You mean we administer at a true time?
Yeah. So, but hold on. Okay. But I want to take you down a path here. So, right now, the way we're taking peptides and so forth, we're taking with the injectables, the subcutaneous injectable, right? Little stab and off we go, right? We know in the next year they're going to release the pill. Now, I understand your POV. I understand going through the liver. You don't like it. Get all that.
Well, it's even worse than that. A peptide doesn't make it through the fucking stomach. And if it does, a very small percentage makes it through the stomach.
I want to invite you to think of what's different. So put all that aside for a moment, Johnny, and go here with me. Okay. It makes me nervous that there's going to be an entire generation of society that is going to be taught that you can take a pill. Like actually no barrier to entry, Johnny. Eat this, lose weight. That's fucking, because you and I grew up in the world where we grew up with Suzanne Summers and all these ridiculous fad things, which was, I just wish I could have a pill and lose weight. Like John, like Lauren and I were talking about a couple of days ago, man. Like we're going to have a lot of fucking skinny people who are lazy and have no habits and have no ways of getting to their goals because they just think you can take a pill.
Well, I mean, fuck, that's the world we live in, brother. If you go back far enough in time, there's been variations of this that have been, as soon as we started, like, what's the word? Like farming? What's the cultivation?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
As soon as that started,
that's a fair
what you're describing in some way, shape, or form started happening.
That's
because all of a sudden we have this abundance of fucking food, right? And that abundance of food, we weren't designed to have that.
I guess what you're saying, I'm going to kind of relate it to, maybe it's like, again, I'll say, you and I and our nation we grew up with the cholesterol discussion, and that's, you got to take your cholesterol pill. So now our generation just grew up going, okay, I can eat whatever I want because I know I'll get to a point where my doctor can say, take your cholesterol pill and off you go, take the magic pill. Right. And I fucking hate that. And I feel like it's like the same. I know you're smiling because I'm the same way. It's like the same thing with this, which is, okay, don't worry about going to the gym. Don't worry about eating whole foods. Just eat the pill. Dude,
so if you do some research and looking back at different civilizations.
Yeah.
And the ones that lived, like they call them centurions, the ones where they're
Yeah.
almost all of them lived over 100. Right. Well, first off, these bastards moved every day.
Yes.
Right. So because they moved every day, generally speaking, cholesterol becomes less dangerous.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So if you go back and you find these centurion civilizations and you find out different like markers about them.
Yes.
They all had fucking over the top cholesterol and they live fucking forever.
I think cholesterol might be one of the biggest Western medicine scams on the planet.
It's brain function. It's sex drive. Now, keep in mind, I'm not afraid of cholesterol for myself because I live a life that makes cholesterol not damaging to me.
Yes.
But now, if I was the fucker on the couch complaining about why my bag of Cheetos doesn't have as much in there and it costs me twice as much, that guy is at major fucking risk of having cholesterol hurt him.
Right.
So, not to mention too, we're finding that cholesterol mixed with high levels of sugar, that's what creates the shit that sticks to the inside of our arteries. So these centurions, they weren't eating fucking sugar.
You know, I think I'm good at my job. I'm going to pat myself on the back for a second here. So I'm going to take this into an entirely different direction that you couldn't even imagine. So you mentioned centurions living forever. So I was talking yesterday that there's the world is shifting, and the big autocratic leaders all met in Beijing yesterday. Putin and and Xi. Well, there was an off the mic moment. So you're wondering how am I getting here with you? Well, listen to this. There's an off the mic moment captured with those three guys walking down the carpet. And they were talking about what you just said, is that humans are living longer than ever, and that they got to talk about the political, geopolitical, and how this is going to impact their society. I bring it up because it was not a scripted moment. It was an off the mic moment where Putin and Xi were talking. Yes, 70 now is like being a young child. Humans are living to 100, 150. And I'm serious now. Those three nations that are all about controlling humans, they're going, okay, so we need to figure out how to manage this then, because if people are living to 150, you know what I mean?
Hold on, real quick. Yeah. You think those are, I know you don't believe that. They're not the only three fucking nations interested in controlling humans. They're the only ones that admit it.
Well, we both live in countries that are doing the same thing. So I'm with you, brother. Just a different storybook being read. That's just a different storybook being told to people, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's when it comes down to it. If you removed profit from drugs and medicine, we would have a completely different landscape. I mean, it sucks. Anytime you enter money into an equation, the whole fucking drill changes.
You know, I'll throw something at you. So my mom has been feeling, she's a little bit under the weather the last few days, and something with her neck or something. So she went to the doctor, and you know what just drives me nuts is that the magic of the placebo effect, right? When you go to the doctor doesn't do nothing for you except they listen to you, but yet for some reason you feel like you've accomplished something. Because it's like, hey, I got a sore neck. Can you help me? Well, maybe try this, try that. But it's like, but that you leave there. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is that I was asking myself as my mom was telling me the situation, I was trying to say to myself, so what's the ultimate goal here? Because there's the doctor, I guess the point is the doctor can't do anything. There's nothing the doctor's going to do.
Because a human wants the doctor to say, you know what? You don't have neck cancer. You're not going to die tomorrow.
That's what it is, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah. We want the doctor to tell us something.
Dude, it's the lack of understanding of the human body that freaks people out. Right?
Yeah.
People go to the fucking doctor for the stupidest shit only because they don't understand.
I think like
you pull a fucking muscle. The doctor is not going to fucking help a pulled muscle.
Well, it's funny because Lauren and I are talking about it too. Like, okay, so should I go to so here's how it works in our fucking system here in Canada, right? So maybe you're feeling under the weather, the sniffles. You have to then ask yourself this question. Okay, so all my Canadian friends, Richie, I know you're out there in Canada. You ask yourself this question. Okay, how bad is it? I'm going to go waste 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 hours of my life sitting in the waiting room for the doctor to tell me what you just said, A, B equals C, go take some Tylenol, here's your prescription. Really? I decided for 12 hours for you to give me a Tylenol 3 prescription? You know what I mean? Like, but yet for some, maybe that doctor telling you that, it's that placebo of comfort.
Well, here's the way that I kind of look at it, and I even help my kids understand it too.
Yeah.
The body's this amazing creature, and it heals itself.
Yes.
It heals itself.
Yes.
Right. But there are some things the body has a hard time. It needs help. So when you have an issue,
yes,
you figure, I mean, granted, you have to be sensible when I say this.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, if you cut your fucking finger off, okay, go to the fucking doctor.
Yeah.
You're going to bleed to death. That's not going to get fixed by itself.
Yes.
But if you've got some sort of a sniffles or you're not feeling well, you got to realize that you give it a few days and you're going to feel the trend go back the proper way. That means the body's got a hold of it.
Yes.
Now, if the trend continues to go the wrong way, say 6, 7, 8 days,
yes,
clearly the body's having a hard time getting a hold of it. Another way to look at it is if whatever the issue is destroying the quality of your life for more than a handful of days, the body might need some help. But let the body do its job, because 9 times out of 10, it will heal itself.
Well, it's interesting because Richie puts it on the table, and I think he's best. And ask yourself this: like in 2025, like what the hell is the point of a general practitioner, a GP, when all the knowledge is in your Chat GPT or Gemini? And I know you're a lot laughing about what's real and what's authentic and what it's telling you. But my point is, a GP, a general practitioner that's supposed to have all this knowledge to kind of give you a Tylenol 3 or give you a stat, whatever it is, right? They're going to give you. I don't know, man. To your point, hey, Grok, actually a good question. Yeah, Melissa. Grok, what's your thoughts on general practitioners in 2025? And do we need to, or can we spend time talking to Grok and Chat GPT to get that same advice? Grok, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm no substitute for a human doctor, but yeah, in 2025, AI can definitely give you a solid starting point. We can walk you through symptoms, suggest when to see someone, even remind you to drink water and rest. But here's the catch. There's no placebo effect with me. You won't walk away feeling better just because we talked. And for serious stuff, a GP's trained eye and hands are irreplaceable. So think of me as your first stop, not your last.
That's interesting. So think of me as your first stop instead of your last. But what's interesting, Johnny, is that my mom's 75 or 80 is like her placebo is going to the human first.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas maybe your kids and my kids or our grandkids, their first stop is the technology before we go to the human, because the GP is the GP. I want the expert, I want the clinical technician that can help me actually.
Well, let's talk about the other side of this.
Sure.
Right. So I regularly get people come into social media and they'll say, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Is this good? And basically, of course, I'll look at what they're doing and, say, hey, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Boom. That's all they needed. They just wanted some sort of a stamp that someone who knows tells them they're moving the right way. Now, if someone is off track, I don't be a dick and say, no, you're off your fucking rocker. What I'll say is, are you getting the results you're looking for? And they'll say no. Okay. Well, then you probably need to change some things.
Yes.
But the point is, people want to have confirmation that they're okay and they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And they want it from someone who that they feel can, that's, I guess, trust would be a word that they're going to ask someone they trust so that they get a peace of mind.
Well, and I think that's the era we are living in now, which is where I see immense value in what you're doing with university, with your peptide knowledge, because I want to talk to somebody who's done it. So, for example, role playing, I'm like, okay, I'm interested in trizepatide. Okay, Keith, well, here's my experience. Here's what I've learned. Here's the research. Here's some of the human stuff. Here's the guy like you. So all that knowledge is giving me confidence instead of some guy sitting across from the desk saying, yeah, well, I read a bunch of stuff. The rep from the pharma company said this, and here's how you should do it. No, but I want to talk to 10 guys. It's no different than going, you're going to go to a restaurant if I review it quite well. If I give a bad review in the restaurant, you're not going to go to the restaurant. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, and how many times you go to a restaurant and you say, hey, or I'll say, which steak do you think is the best here?
Bingo. Yep. That experience, right? Tom Ritchie comes back and says, a couple months back, I got mallet finger at BJJ, splinted it for weeks ahead of getting into GP, the general practitioner, strict not to move it. The GP removes the splint and moves my finger around, reset all the healing. Useless. Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, like myself, I have a pretty deep knowledge of how the body works.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I mean, if you look at the last 25 years of me and doctors,
yes,
it's not been doctors per se. Of course, they're doctors, but they're surgeons. Because I go when I need to get fixed.
That's an interesting difference.
Something's broken.
Yes.
The body will not heal this. I need to go get fixed. I need help. The body needs help. But if I pulled a muscle, I'm not feeling well, it's like the body will bounce back from this. Well, now, granted, I can identify strep throat. I got strep throat. You can see in the back of your tongue. You put a spoon in there, push your tongue there. You got all those pus pockets on your throat. That's infection. That's strep. You need an antibiotic.
Yes.
Right. So what I do in there, text my neighbor. He gives me the antibiotic. He's a doctor.
There you go. But I like you bring that up. We're coming to the top of the hour. I'll release you for a piss here, and we'll get into the second hour here in a second. But I like you bring that up because that's kind of my point. I feel like GPs are, I to all my GP friends, I don't want to say you're useless. I just think that the ideology around today's GPs, with all the knowledge in our pockets, their roles are changing. I want to talk to the surgeon. I want to talk to the expert that my body hasn't been healing. I've been trying to do it on my own for the last few months. Okay, you're the expert in this. I want you to tell me. That's what I want to. That's what I'm not going to waste any time sitting at a doctor's clinic for him to say, well, looks like you got a hangnail there. Go take some T3 to relieve your pain. Really? But I'll tell you, back to my mom, it's incredible, the placebo, because she was bothered. And she's like, I'm just going to call the doctor. And in my head, I didn't say this to her. Hey, mom, if you're listening, like, what the fuck's the doctor going to do? But I knew this the moment that he says, here's some T3s, to your point, there's the human, the authority figure saying to her, here's what you need. It should make you feel better. She leaves there going, okay, an authority figure told me something that I wanted to hear.
What is T3?
Tylenol 3. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You would have crushed.
You know how fucking toxic Tylenol is, brother? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, when kids go and they decide they've had enough and they find their parents' pill bottle and they take a fucking bottle of pills and they kill themselves.
Yes.
They could do the same fucking damage with a bottle of Tylenol as they could a bottle of Vicodin.
Yes.
It's the Tylenol that kills them, not the fucking Vicodin.
Yeah. It's funny. I can't remember the last time I took a Tylenol. I only popped an Advil every now and then if I have like a headache or something's bothering me.
Dude, I'm telling you, during my pill addiction, a good part of my pill addiction, it was I can't remember the name of it, but it was 10 milligrams of the painkiller, 325 of Tylenol. At different points, I was sometimes 15, 20 of those things a day. Jesus, I fucking cooked my shit my insides took a bigger beating from that Tylenol than, unbelievable.
Oh, I imagine. I can only imagine. All right, well, listen, everybody. Good morning. You're hanging out with Keith and John here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. Top of the second hour here. Melissa, let's do this. Let's sneak Johnny out of here for a quick little break. I'll reset second hour, and then we'll get into some of our big topics: strength beyond the gym, training the mental resilience, and I got a few other things to put on the table here. So let's do that. Melissa, let's reset John. We'll get him out of here, and I'll reset hour 2 here this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Good morning, everybody. What's shaking, nation? You're hanging out here with us on a middle of the week. Just getting my notes in front of me here. Hour 2 is where we're going to go even deeper into today's theme: strength beyond the gym, training your mental muscles. John has said it so often. If we would spend as much time focusing on our mental health as we do our physical health, could you imagine how strong we would all be? And I'm not talking just muscular strong. So I want to lean into strength beyond the gym, how we can train our mental muscles. We're going to kick things off with the deep dive because, let's be honest, the barbell won't help you when life drops a heavy load on your shoulders, but mental resilience will. And then from there, we're going to spin straight into Morning Loop Reloaded, where Apple might have just made hitting snooze the easiest way to sabotage your goals. Then it's the focus, morning focus, a single mental rep you can practice every morning that costs you nothing, but compounds like interest in your life. And then finally, we're going to open up the phone lines and we're going to jump into the community. On the community corner, where we celebrate the creators, the thinkers, and every human that's building momentum out there in the world. So, hey, grab that coffee, refill it, lock in the mindset, and let's dive in, guys, because hour 2 is about to train the muscle that matters most, your brain. All right, let's head on down into the comments. Man, it's an active community out there today, you guys. I'm loving seeing it down there. Who do we have down there this morning? Legacy is coming to use white willow extract. There we go. With Spartacus, the waiting time in a hospital could be up to 24 hours. I know. Spartacus, incredible. Spartacus, I think you're in Canada, I think. I'm kind of curious where you are. I think you're in Canada. But yeah, waiting times in Canada can be ridiculous. Just sit back waiting. And that's the thing, is that, if we can do things proactively, we can minimize the time we are spending in somebody's doctor's office for a prescription for an antibiotic or a Tylenol or something kind of crazy. Clean up some of my stuff here. All right. Yes, that's what I thought, Spartacus. Quebec. That's fantastic. So we got Tom Ritchie in Western Canada. We got Spartacus over in Quebec. We got I think we got Global. We got Global down in Virginia, I believe it is. We got Bert. We got Sullivan. Decided to put it back. Let's look at some of the comments here, guys. Love to hear your feedback on. We're having a good discussion on doctors. I saw somebody comment on chiropractors. I've never been to a chiropractor, and I got nothing against the humans that are chiropractors. I've never gone. I don't really know if I desire the experience. I don't know if I want somebody twisting up my body. John, you been to a chiropractor before? I think you said you once, eh?
I went to an acupuncturist.
Yeah, but not to a chiropractor. Ever been to a chiropractor?
I'm trying to think. Fuck, man.
What's your thoughts on chiropractors? As a guy who knows his body.
Well, I think there's what the public doesn't understand is this.
Yeah.
A chiropractor, you can go to a chiropractor. Let's just say you this is what happens. People bend over, pick a fucking pen off the ground.
Yeah.
Something shifts in their back. Now nerves pinched. They can't stand up straight.
Yes.
So they go to the chiropractor. A good chiropractor will figure out where that is, pop the back, relieve the pressure, boom, right? Here's the problem. That the issue came about in the first place because the back was weak.
Yes. Yeah.
So if a chiropractor would say it's not a very good business model, but he'd say, okay, look, we got this fixed. What you need to do is go home and every day start doing ABC. Well, that basically keeps him from having a return customer. So, of course, he doesn't do that. But if you strengthen the area where you have a problem, the chiropractor becomes, and I help my clients. I can't tell you hundreds, maybe even thousands over the years who've had they're regular chiropractor people, like sometimes even weekly and definitely monthly.
Yeah.
They don't need the chiropractor anymore because we strengthened the weak area in the back, which protects that area. So then if the back doesn't go out, they don't need the chiropractor anymore.
You said something which just struck me, and I never thought about it until I heard you say it out loud. But the chiropractor is actually it could be an awesome monthly recurring revenue business, right? Because it's one of those.
What do you mean? What do you mean could be? Fuck.
It absolutely
Jesus
is.
Christ. It's like saying, yeah, this is a subscription business. This could be some good recurring revenue. No, this is it's just. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think that chiropractors even have some sort of thing where, hey, you pay this month, this amount every month, and you get X amount of it. They've already got this shit fucking working. They just don't present itself as a subscription. Present it as a subscription.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, pay me whatever $1,000 a month. I'll come and fix your back every 2 weeks instead of going to the gym and make it stronger. I roll your eyes. I know, right?
Well, and the thing about it is, people just if they understood that, because the time that it takes to go to the chiropractor once a week, let's say, let's forget it, once a month. Let's say it takes a total of 90 minutes. Let's just say you're an hour there, you're 15 minutes to and from, which is probably a fairly low investment.
Yes.
That 90 minutes spread across a month. What is, do the math? That's 3 minutes a day.
3 minutes a day.
You can fucking fix that problem forever. And you can do it in your living room.
Touch your toes 3 minutes a day. Save yourself.
No, you don't want to touch your toes. That's you want to strengthen. That's stretching.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
And it's the simplest thing. If you have a lower back issue, start doing 3 minutes, literally 45-ish second Supermans. And this fucking problem will go away like a fart in the wind.
Remember I told you I was, I had whatever, I hate the word tweaked, but I just buggered up I had a little issue with my back last week.
Yeah.
Superman solved it. I just get on I get over 100%. I know
and just don't stop it, and it'll never come back.
So the thing is, I love doing the Superman. I get because you know what? It's horizontal, and I don't mind doing it. I go lay on the floor there. My dog comes, hangs out with me, and I stretch like a motherfucker. Right? Sometimes I get some push-ups at the same time. Like once I'm down there, I'm like, well, I'm already down here. I'll do some push-ups. I'll do some Superman, and before I know it, I got 3 minutes, 7 minutes of work done. And you do that, you accumulate it all, and that didn't even.
Dude, if you're a multitasker, go 30-second Superman, 30-second plank.
Yeah,
do that 3 times every fucking morning. Your waist will tighten, and your back you'll not have those back issues anymore.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith and John. I see you guys there in the comments. Hey, Johnny. So I got an idea for you. We're gonna have a conversation around stronger mind, stronger life, how to train mental resilience. Maybe that leads you into your lifestyle tip, and then let's come back and have that conversation. So let's do a lifestyle tip, Melissa, with John, and then we'll come back and talk stronger mind, stronger life, how to train mental resilience. And I want to lean into a conversation I had with Carter yesterday, Johnny, about this exact thing, because he's now living in a stranger's house, and we chatted last night, and I saved it for this morning's conversation. So Melissa, let's do that with John. Let's do the lifestyle tip, and then we'll come back and have a conversation about building stronger mind, stronger life, how to train for mental resilience.
That's Mornings in the Lab on the screen right now.
Shut up, Frankie. John Anderson's lifestyle tip is coming.
All right. You've heard me say this, and you've heard Keith say it over and over, but it's the truth. If a man, or a person for that matter, trained his mind or his brain like his chest, or say even the cardio machine, you'd have whatever you want. Why? Because the brain is like a muscle. It will basically, you train it to do the things you want it to do, such as when you wake up, most of you guys go right into this state of thinking about all the shit that stresses you out. You go right into a state of anxiety. Well, if you train your brain like you did your chest or whatever else you like to train, to wake up and go straight into a state of gratitude, it just starts to happen by itself. Kind of like when you do your bench press every Monday, you get better at your bench press. Well, the difference is you only train your chest once a week, maybe twice a week. If you're doing it 3 times a week, you're doing it too much. Train your brain like this every day. The changes happen so fast, it will blow your mind. And how long does it take? You can do this while you're taking a piss. Get your butt out of bed. Here's the plan. Put your phone in the bathroom. When that alarm goes off, turn it off. Don't hit the snooze. Go take a piss. And as you're standing there taking a piss, this is where you practice gratitude. You think, man, I am so fucking lucky for X, Y, and Z. And if you can't think of something to be grateful for, it's because you've let your mind go so deep into this state of anxiety that you're a perfect candidate for this type of training. But what I'm getting at is this: 30 to 60 seconds a day, first thing in the morning while you're taking a piss, train your brain to go into a state of gratitude. Using myself as a perfect example. I don't have to do it anymore, but I may have to do it again, and I did it for years. An alarm that goes off to wake me up, and then another alarm that goes off 1 minute later, which reminds me, hey, dipshit, if you're not training your brain into a state of gratitude, it's time to get started. This simple step every day will put you into a better state to start your day. You'll have a better day. And you hear me say this many times, and I'll continue to say it. A good day can turn into a good week. A good week can turn into a good month. A good month can turn into a good year. And a good year can change the rest of your life. It all starts with training your brain. Rock and roll.
What if the strongest muscle you could build isn't in your body at all? Every morning, millions of men hit the gym to get physically stronger, but there's one critical training most completely ignore. We live in a world that constantly tests our mental endurance, stress at work, pressure at home, setbacks that knock us sideways. Yet while we obsess over physical fitness, we leave our minds completely untrained for the battles that matter most. Scientists have discovered that just like physical muscle, our mental strength can be systematically developed through specific training protocols. The same principles that build your biceps can forge an unbreakable mindset, but only if you know the right techniques. Today, we're revealing how to build the one muscle that determines everything else. We're talking mental resilience, guys. You're looking at the big man himself who's lifted a few heavy things up. No, not me, John Anderson. But as you heard him talk about his lifestyle tip, it's the mind that helps us lift those big, heavy things. Johnny, let's get into conversation, man. When's the last time that you intentionally challenged yourself mentally on purpose, not physically? Seriously, like think deep. Like you're like, you know what? I'm going to do this. It could have been yesterday, last week, because I know you're an experimenter. That's what I love about you. But you said to yourself, I'm going to challenge myself mentally right now, not physically.
Yesterday.
Tell me.
I had a lot of help. Read a True Tide.
Okay.
But when I had that thought about the pancake.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, because keep in mind, that's a learned behavior. It's a learned habit. Because before Read a True Tide, I would have, the challenge today is to not eat that fucking pancake. Even though you're going to think about it all day, don't eat it.
So hold on. I want to stop here with you. So you said, literally before the Read a True Tide, as you're going through the day, that food noise is saying, eat the pancake, eat the pancake. And I'm bringing it up because we know those guys listening right now that are having that same food discussion. Eat the pancake, eat the pancake.
100%. I'd already made a decision that if I ate it, it wouldn't be until right before I went to bed. But the question is, did I have the fucking sack not to eat it at all? I'd already given myself permission. Okay. It's not saying, like Jory used to say, it's not no, it's not right now.
Yes. Yeah.
But then the nuts, the sack is getting there and saying, you know what? I don't need it. That would have been a fucking major mental challenge before Retta. Now, granted, I still do. This stuff is ingrained in me. So I still practice the same disciplined thoughts.
Yes.
They're just so fucking easy to execute now.
Because of the Read a True Tide.
Yeah.
That's
like literally last night, Terry and I had our dinner.
Yeah.
We laid down and she had a movie picked out she wanted to watch.
Yeah.
So we laid down and dude, that fucking 90 minutes before bed.
Yes.
Before I would have been so not paying attention to the fucking before Retta. I would have been paying attention to the fucking movie.
Yes.
I would have been just battling not to get up and eat that fucking pancake. And the problem would have been, could I only eat one?
So let's go here. I will often make a decision in my head when I'm like, I can't, yes, I'm using the word can't, John. I can't eat just one because I know myself. So it's like, Keith, do you want a cookie? Well, no, fuck that. If you ask me to have a cookie, are you going to give me the whole roll or are you going to give me a dozen of them? Because what's the point of having one? That's one bite. It triggers all my fucking receptors in my brain and it says, Bill, let's go have 12 more. So I don't even have
give you a little suggestion on that, brother. So you're correct when you say can't.
Yes.
But say, I won't.
That's what I've reframed in my mind.
Because when you say you won't, you realize it's fucking coming.
Yeah, 100%.
It's easier to say, okay, I don't want that.
Yes.
But when you say you can't, you've given up the accountability of what might happen.
You are absolutely correct. And I intentionally chose that word because I have reframed it in my mind as won't, because I know what happens when I do. Right. And actually, it's the same thing with burgers with me. It's like, what's the point of one cheeseburger or one hamburger? Like, actually, it's 2 bites and I'm done. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have,
the 100%. And here's another really interesting part about food noise. Food noise doesn't care if your stomach is hurting.
No, it doesn't.
It still tells you keep eating.
Yes.
Dude, that's another thing too. It's like, if the idea of eating till my stomach hurts is now appalling to me.
Well, that's one thing Carter has been really good at. I Lauren called it a while back too. Carter is really good at knowing when he's done eating, because he's learned he doesn't like how he feels when he eats too much. And I'm saying that as a young man. Like, I watched him as 15, 16, 17, all of this junk food around him. And he's like, no, I'm good. I don't want all extra dessert, because I know what it feels like when I'm feeling crappy. So I'm not even going to go there.
Well, it's because you trained him mentally not to lean into the self-loathing behaviors.
There you go. So then let's go here. Cognitive restructuring. When somebody's trying to build mental resilience, and I'll weave Carter into the conversation that we talked about yesterday, we might want to do something like saying, and actually AJ brought this up as well. Speaking of AJ, I got a knock on his door. Summer's over here, so I'm thinking the boys have gone back. We might want to say to ourselves, instead of saying, I can't do this, we might want to use our experience in the past and say, I've overcome hard things before. So as you are approaching a hard situation and you're going to yourself, I'm kind of nervous about this. I don't know if I can do it. I'm wondering if I can do it. It's making me curious if I have the ability to do it. You might want to take some time in your brain, go, wait a minute.
Well, my version of that one is I go a little, I love what you said. And I used to be there too, but I went a little further down the pipe.
Yeah.
Say, this is going to suck. This is going to hurt.
Yes.
But I'm going to do it anyway. Because I've already accepted the consequence. Usually it's accepting of the consequence that makes someone have a hard time get to moving.
Yes. And what's that? Was it Arnold or who? There's a cliche. What is it? 2 seconds of pain for a lifetime of success or a lifetime of greatness. Or it's a lot
of those fucking things.
There is
100%. 100%.
It's if you can wrap your head around the fact that these next 30 seconds are going to suck. You're going to get a lot of benefits out of that entire second. So guys, just, as we kind of wrap up this strength beyond the gym, using using that mental mindset, building muscle is easy compared to building the mind, but the man,
one more thing I want to share right there, brother.
Yeah.
That just sharing some of my own thoughts is,
please.
When I find myself contemplating,
okay,
I ask myself, well, do I want to be like everybody else?
I do it every day.
Because it makes it so easy for me to do what I need to do.
That's actually the easiest answer every single day in my head. True story. Well, if I ever have my anxious brain or my foggy brain or my brain that kind of goes sideways from time to time, like we all do, right? If I'm nervous or if I got a cash call for the business or something, I just simply have to ask that one question of myself. And it immediately refocuses me. Immediately, instantly.
It's so, and the thing about it is, it's sometimes we just somehow lose our grip on this stuff. Like I saw a buddy of mine about 6 months ago, and it was like, I pulled him aside. I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
What is going on here? I have never heard you put so many limitations on yourself as you are right now. Why? And he had no clue what I was talking about.
Interesting.
Well, look at the last 24 hours. Look at all the shit that you've basically chose not to do because there was some reason, because you were basically stepping away from difficulty. You used to not do that. And he didn't fucking see it. He had been exposed. Granted, when we were spending a lot of time together, he used to say, when spending time with you just makes me better. Because when he would see me just fucking do shit, it makes it easier to do it yourself because you've got it. It's almost like you've got a leader, so to speak.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
You
yeah.
take that leader away, and all of a sudden now you're left with your own fucking devices, which is that brain telling you to go the easy route.
Absolutely. Well, so then let's weave in my conversation with Bees last night, Carter. So Carter's out of the stranger's house, living at a billet's house, right? So we talked yesterday. I said, "So how's it going?" And he says, "It's going good. It's a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at?" He goes, "I don't know, 4 or 5." I go, "Tell me more." So he's like, and his comments are pretty simple. He's like, it's all new to me, right? I'm hanging out with guys who are playing hockey that are strangers. I'm living in a stranger's house, and everything is strange, which is awesome. You know what I said to him? I said, "Think about the skills that you're building right now." He's like, "I know, I love it." And that was when I said that to him, and I could already tell he was already on top of it. Like, I know that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm learning because he goes, "I know all these skills are going to pay off in the future, like learning how to walk into a stranger's house and go into their fridge or eat food, or just these things that walking towards fear, walking towards failure." But my point is that he is building mental resilience every single day by walking towards something he doesn't know and accepting it as a skill he's learning. I really loved his perspective on that.
Yeah, something that we might want to share with him too would be, you've come into this situation with some pretty good development. Your character, your work ethic, your mental position. You need to be true to that, because the odds are the people around you don't have that development, and it's very easy to slide back rather than continue to forge forward when the people around you don't quite understand how you operate.
Dude, so well said. And I appreciate that. And maybe, if you get a chance, just maybe send him a text today or tomorrow, just check on him and see what's shaking. But I said to him too, intentionally live there, like intentionally be there, because it's going to be really easy to be spending your time on your device with your girlfriend here, your friends here. And it's going to be easy to get sucked into situations that don't pull you to the present self, what your goals are. Right. So it's going to be easy to go, "I'm lonely right now. I don't like how I feel. Maybe I should turn around and drive back to Manitoba." No, work on this skill set. Keep working on what got you here. And I know he's going to be fine.
Yes.
It's been a wonderful exercise watching.
That's a perfect way to describe it right there, brother.
Yeah.
Keep working on what got you here.
Yes.
That summarizes what I said in a sentence.
See, I'm learning. I'm listening to you, brother. I'm working on my
simplification, baby. Come on. That's it. I swear to God, dude, I hear someone say something and my brain is breaking it down as they're saying it.
I know. I believe me. I've talked enough with you in the last year and a bit to watch your skill. And I'm serious. It's a skill to take an entire paragraph. And I think John Petrocelli would agree. Petro, I saw your comments there. I think he'd agree that you can take an entire paragraph or a book and just delineate it down to one sentence of here's what the most important thing is. It's a skill.
Yeah. And funny enough, like when I'm just thinking out loud. Yeah. It's not terribly simplified because I'm putting my thoughts into vocabulary. Once it's out, then it's like almost a different set of ears that starts to distill it.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, listen, I know we're going to walk you out of here in a couple moments, but before we do that, Melissa, I know you made something fun for us here today, guys. We know real
quick. Is this in Melissa sitting in the green room that I can see?
Yeah.
This is what. So why have I never seen Jimmy? Jimmy's like this fucking faceless name for me.
Well, it's funny because
now I know what Melissa looks like. Melissa. Nice to meet you. Fuck.
I said the same thing to Melissa yesterday, this morning. I'm like, hey, I can see our producer on the other side of the camera over there, and she's joining us from South Africa. Eh? She's outside of Cape Town.
Dude, I was like, Jesus Christ, he's leaving this fucking guest in the green room a long time today.
Jimmy doesn't turn his camera on. We'll have to tease him a little bit.
Jimmy, God damn it. If we're supposed to be a family, supposed to be bonded, I got to see what you look like, babe.
Apple just broke their sacred 9-minute snooze tradition with iOS 26. Guys, don't do what I'm going to tell you guys you can do. I'm thinking about putting a press release and making some big news about this and calling Tim Cook and Apple on the table because they have given men everywhere one more way to lose the morning battle before it even begins. Melissa, let's have some fun with this. What if the most dangerous invention in your life was the one you trust to start your day? It's not your phone, it's a single button on it. Every morning you face a choice, immediate action or a few more minutes of broken rest. You think you're gaining comfort. but you're actually losing the day before it even starts. Behavioral science shows that the first decision of the day creates a chain reaction. Small, seemingly harmless delays compound, setting a tone of procrastination that kills momentum. Winning your morning isn't about a grand gesture, it's about making one disciplined choice. Anchor your alarm to a non-negotiable action and watch your entire day transformed. Stop negotiating with your future. Rise with intention. Your goals are waiting. A world where attention matters. I wanted to have some fun with this one. Guys, Apple gave us a chance to extend our snooze alarms. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And, as John said, move that phone to a different room. Don't even change the snooze button. But the reality is you can now actually extend your snooze.
Don't even have the snooze button.
I'm with you, man. You know what? You can actually, I think I haven't done this.
Turn it off. You don't have to have it on.
You can remove it. Hey, is that true? I didn't know this. You can. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Jesus Christ.
So I just learned something from you. Because I read this somewhere yesterday when I was preparing for this. I think somewhere in your settings, you can turn the snooze button off your phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't show up, right?
You know, the crazy part is, brother, you can turn a lot of fucked up shit off in your life if you
Yes, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. So
let the snooze be the first of many.
Yes. I'll tell you something, brother. I had a guy reach out to me last week, actually Carter's girlfriend's dad, and he sends me a text. He's out of the blue, Johnny, out of the blue. He's like, dude, I go, yeah. Because you and John, your word, he goes, you guys are so right about the snooze button. And my words were, I know. And then he professes to give me this scientific stats on if you hit the snooze, you go back into REM sleep and how it fucks up your whole day. You know what he said to me? I'm done snoozing. I was like, yes.
Good for him, man.
But it was that awareness, right? Just by us talking about it and then him hearing you and I talking about it. And then on whatever, his Instagram feed or something, this snoozing article came up. He leaned into it and he's like, fuck that. I don't want to have snoozing wreck the rest of my life anymore. I go, exactly. So we're doing our job, brother. Doing our job.
That's it, babe. That's it.
I can't believe
it's done. Leading by example.
Yes.
That's the biggest gift we can give the world.
Yes. What are you doing today? What's going on for you?
Well, in 31 minutes, I actually have a podcast with a dude who's probably in the top 10 of like I would say in the kind of the molecule world. When I say molecule, not only peptide, SARM, PED. So it's going to be a really conversation. Yeah,
well, that's really cool. That's really cool. Did he invite you to his? Like you're going to his?
I'm bringing him to mine.
Oh, very fun. Very fun. Very cool. Really cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
He's actually been a guest in the university as well.
Oh, fantastic.
So,
okay.
Yeah, because he's all. I mean, when it comes down to it, the world leaders are all about experimentation.
That's it. Talk about the university. Plug it, man, so people know how to get a hold of you and get it and find it and find you there. I want to make sure.
Yeah, and it's actually it's really developing nicely because the people that are in there give us feedback. They tell us what they need more of, and there's a constant 24-hour chat, so you can constantly ask questions about what's going on, which makes for a really, really helpful situation, getting good, solid knowledge about peptides. But anyway, to find it, easiest way is to go to my Instagram and you hit that. You can either look in the highlights or you hit that little drop down into like, what's it called? Linktree or whatever. And it'll go Peptide University. Boom. Click that bad boy and you're in.
Yeah. So guys, if you want more, I've purposely been leaning more into the peptide conversation on this show. But as you guys know, we have an expert in it and an authority about it. So if you want to learn more, know more, please do not hesitate to go knock on the big dog's door or come knock on my door to connect to John. But John will guide you in the direction you need to go when it comes to peptides. You want to talk to somebody with the experience instead of somebody reading it from a book. True story. What movie did you guys watch last night before you went to bed?
It was called, it was pretty interesting. It was called The Working Man, I think it was called. It was about a guy who was like a kind of a Green Beret-ish type.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
He went through his career and then decided he just wanted to be a work in construction, just wanted a kind of easy life.
Yes.
I got to kill somebody life. And he became really close with the family.
Yeah.
And then one of the daughters got kidnapped.
Okay.
And so the family basically kind of hired him to go back in and find her.
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't make it to the end. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But but just the way that a lot of times those action type movies, they don't develop the characters, but they really develop the characters early in the movie, which that really drew me in.
Yeah. So you're like me. I love storytelling. I like to get to know the character, right? I want to know why the guy chopped the guy's
Dude,
head off. I want to know what his troubles are.
My movie formula is so simple.
Yeah.
If it's a true story or based on a true story, either or,
Yeah.
and it's fucking narrated,
Yeah.
I am hooked.
Oh, there. Hey, quickly, do you like Seth Rogen? If Seth Rogen, by any chance?
I mean, I know who he is. I mean, I can't say I dislike him.
Yeah. So there's a funny show on Apple TV Plus right now. It's called Platonic. Lauren introduced to me. It's fucking funny, man. It's a Seth Rogen thing. It's just a new episode dropped last night. So
You learn from it?
It'll make you laugh. It's an entertaining thing, right? So it's it's light and entertaining, and it's just funny. It's just funny, right? And it's something to sit back and just relax, and maybe before you go to bed, right? So it's with Seth Rogen.
If Terry wants to, because the only time I watch non-learning shit is if I'm watching something with Terry. So if Terry picks it, I'm watching it.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I'm going to drop something good time. Charlie dropped something to me last week, dude. A 30-minute video on the future. I'm going to send it your way. It's a learning thing. It's fascinating. It'll make your mind go, what the fuck, man? It's pretty cool. I'll send it to you. Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. I like it.
All right, pal. Listen, I don't want to take any more of your time. You get up, get after. You got a show to do in 27 minutes. Lots of love from me to you. I loved our time today. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Have a good loop, my brother. Tomorrow's Friday.
Fuck already?
Holy shit. Melissa, how many burps was that today?
Her arms go out. And the thing is, she can see that now too, which is great. That's great.
I love it.
All right. Oh, good time was counting. That was 5. So we know somebody's counting.
There we go. I was a little short today.
I love it. All right, let's get him out of here, Melissa.
Have a good loop, my brother.
Yeah, pal. All right, take care. Let's get him out of here. We're just gonna. Oh, not that noise. I gotta get some. I'm gonna put that one up there. There we go. All right. Hey guys, imagine starting every morning by seeing yourself win before the day even begins. Well, today I want to take a few moments to break down the mental rep. We've been talking mental resilience on the show here, guys, today, how to strengthen beyond the gym, strengthening the mind. Today I want to break down the mental rep that primes your brain for motivation, focus, and resilience. In my experience, and in talking to my brothers throughout my life, when you let the day dictate the mindset, you can visualize that first win. Whether it's crushing a workout, leading a meeting, or simply owning your morning, you rewire that brain to show up disciplined and confident. Guys, this is more than motivation. It's literally daily mental conditioning. For example, do you rehearse your day before it happens, or do you just wing it? Let me share with you my experience. I did it today. Having coffee this morning, getting ready for the show, waking my brain up. As I was sitting there, I started playing through my day today. I started rehearsing it. I started visualizing it. I actually do. I think of the clock. I think of the time in my head, and I think about the things that I have to get done by certain times. I rehearse it. I visualize it. It is a wonderful mental mindset. I'm sitting there this morning at 4 a.m. having my coffee thinking that it's 4 p.m. What have I accomplished? So that's something you might want to consider as you sit back and start your day. Do you rehearse it? Guys, I'm out there. Question to you guys. Do you guys rehearse your day? Richie, Lady Drew, good time. Do you think about your day when you're sitting down there and you're asking yourself, okay, I got to get this done? Do you visualize it? And if you don't, have you thought about it? Or why haven't you? And then do you ask yourself, what's one small win you can do? Again, this morning, guys, back to my own experience. My morning non-negotiables, I got to get my physical effort in. Right? I gotta unlock that chemistry in my brain that makes me feel a certain way. Well, I can tell you guys, Melissa and I were chatting before the show. She doesn't know this, but we had a quick little chat. And as I was chatting with her, I was mentally checking off excitement because I'm like, yes, I'm actually done now. I was ahead of my schedule. I was ahead of my rehearsed day, right? So I love the idea of mental visualization, right? That mental rep that helps me visualize the day, visualize the week, visualize the month. What I've learned is when I do that, it activates the exact same feelings in me when I achieve my physical reps. So when I visualize today was shoulder day for me today. I was visualizing my workout. I got it all done. So it's like double hacks. By the time I show up for the show, and Melissa and everybody sees me behind in the green room here, I'm fucking dancing away. Tunes are going, dancing, jumping like a motherfucker because I feel like I got my wins. My wins are there. I'm here. I'm present. I'm at it. But it all starts in that 3:45 to 5 o'clock spot where I visualize my day. So by the time I come into the lab by 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Eastern time, by the time I get to the lab, I've replayed my day. So nation, I invite you to consider this. Each morning, sit tall, take a deep breath, and choose one clear intention. I invite you to do it. Again, the good old Dennis Martin from Peloton would say, he makes suggestions, I'm going to make suggestions, you're going to make decisions. Hold on a second, nation. Is this the Drew?
Hello, everybody.
Lady Drew joining us in the house today. What's going on, Lady Drew?
Well, I got a total surprise last night. I'm a professional soulful jazz singer. I got invited to a nightclub to go out and sing professionally on stage. It was wonderful. Then I got my little butt back home. I set my alarm. And as far as the snooze thing, honey, that's nothing but an ugly picture I do my best never to look at. And even when I do, I don't mess with it. I get my butt up and get going for the day. So how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much. I'm having a good conversation here around mental resilience and mental mindset. Hey, Drew, as you start your day, do you mentally visualize your day?
You know, sometimes I just let it play out, but I'm very cautious. But mainly I rehearse, visualize the whole 9 yards so that I can do and present my best throughout every aspect of my life.
Nice. And then finally, I got a question for you. Did you enjoy my representation of Lady Drew in this morning's trailer for today's show?
I most certainly did. And since you brought it up publicly, I publicly announced I am truly thankful and honored. I found it fabulous, as all your work does. And I just want to let everyone know there is no such word as can't. That came out of Oscar the Grouch's garbage can from Sesame Street. He didn't like it. He threw it out. So one person can make a difference. So get out there, be positive, be kind in everything you do, and truly not only use the words, bring them and present them and do them.
Awesome. Lady Drew joining us from the Carolinas Daily. I appreciate you, Drew. We'll see you in the feeds, okay?
Thank you. Love y'all. Blessed be, and ciao for now.
All right. Love y'all, Drew. All right. Take care. Lady Drew joining us from the Carolinas like she always does. A big fan of the show, and we are a big fan of Drew as well. Guys, we've been talking mental visualization. I'm getting to the comments here. Petrocelli, the BS, our BS professor here. Absolutely. Visualization increases the likelihood. I like that he chose to use the word increases the likelihood of implementing intentions. I like that because it prefaces that. How I interpret that would be that, you still might not succeed at it, but that it's going to increase the chances of you succeeding at it by simply visualizing it. And I know it's not for everyone. And I've talked about this before in the show where I will sit down with my team or even myself and visualize a time in the future and then use language. So again, maybe you guys, as you're going through your day today, you're sitting back with your team or yourself or your colleagues or your family and visualizing what's happened, pretending that it's November 1st today or December 1st, right? And because if we've been around long enough, we know how the seasons feel. We know how time feels. For example, right now it's the first week in September, right? Oh yeah, just dated the show. But the reality is there's a certain feeling for many of us during this first week of September. 2 weeks of September, kids going back to school, the leaves are changing, right? So when we know how that feels over and over and over and over again, I believe, and I think Petra would back me up, it's easier to begin visualizing this, right? So if you can go into a meeting, again, I did it so often with my old crew at ICUC, we would often play this game, this visualization game where we were living a year or a quarter in the future. And I would invite people to the meeting to use language as if it was the future. Everything was dated in the future. Everything was like it wasn't saying we were not using things like, here's what we are going to do. It's like, no, here's what we achieved. Right. So it's just a complete different mindset, but it works. I believe it works. So if you intentionally think that way, good time. Don't good time. Don't put that comment up there, Melissa. We got to delete Good Time's comment because he's aging us quickly in front of all of us right now. Good Time, you're aging us all quick. We got Kindness Rising Petro. I use visualization every day before the Kindness Rising show. I put on some great jams, do my neck rolls and stretches, and picture myself making people happy with my content. That's awesome. Guys, if you haven't checked out Kindness Rising, I don't know why the fuck you haven't. 7:30 Eastern time right here on the network. Maddie gets up, gets after it, drops some tunes, talks Grateful Dead. It's always dropping provocative conversations to just get you thinking, get you moving. And but most importantly, with a thread of kindness that's weaved through the entire conversation. It's Matt Roof, 7:30 Eastern time right here on the network. So guys, I want to invite you to think about visualization and the one mental rep. It's not just visualization, guys. Here's the most important part of the whole thing. This is discipline training. So start your day right, prime it with that focus and step into your goals with confidence. If you have a big, hairy, audacious goal, imagine that it has already happened and imagine how it feels. That is what daily accountability is all about as you help yourself to get there. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Melissa, I think it's time to get to the community corner. And we'll keep this show.
It's time for the community corner.
All right, guys, you guys know that sound. So do I. It's time for the community corner where we connect YouTube, Substack, and LinkedIn. Yeah, true story. Over on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, guys, speaking of the community, have you guys checked out Alex Beaching over on LinkedIn? If you haven't connected with Alex on LinkedIn, I don't know why you haven't. I would invite you guys to go look up Alex Beaching on LinkedIn. The guy's a fucking stud. True motherfucking story. He's entertaining. He's provocative. He's entertaining. He's curious. He's funny. He's entertaining. He drops great content. I know I said entertaining 1,000 times because he is. You're not going to meet a guy. You're not going to see content. You're not going to meet a more inspiring human, I think, on that platform than Alex Beaching. So go knock on Alex's door. Tell him Uncle Keith sent you. And he'll be like, fuck, was Bill talking about me on the show today? Yeah. I'm only talking about him because we were supposed to hook up today, but he's busy. And I think he may have Melissa. I think Beaching threw an impression out of Uncle Keith on the LinkedIn platform today. I think there might be something out there. So would encourage you guys to check out Alex Beaching. The guy is solid. And Alex, if you're watching, I might just put you into some of our shows. All right, today, guys, we are going to tackle 3 big things. 1, 2, 3. Redefining masculinity and culture that often misunderstands it. Why letting your kid get a lemon might be the best business lesson of all. And the 5, not 4, not 3, 5. Fuck yeah. 5 silent barriers keeping men from talking about mental health. All right. Let's start our journey through the community on Substack. Guys, where did masculinity go? Where did masculinity go? So over on Substack, a guide for the untamed asks a powerful question. Where did masculinity go? Oh, hold on. Oh, it's in my pocket over here. This piece on Substack celebrates grounded Sigma-style masculinity, quiet strength, responsibility, provision, empathy as a healthy counterweight to cultural noise that too often equates masculinity with toxicity. Well, the author argues about that abuse isn't masculinity, it's broken fatherhood and unhealed wounds. Well, the true masculinity balances love with strength, independence with responsibility, and thrives when fathers model values for their sons. And here's the challenge, guys. Everyday men are called to step up, contribute their unique imprint, and stop hiding their potential. So I got a question for you guys, nation. What's your definition of healthy masculinity? What is it? What's your definition of healthy masculinity in action? Tell me. Let's see it in the comments. What is it? What's your definition of healthy masculinity in 2025 in the comments? Love to see that. All right, keeping the flow, keeping the river flow awesome. Awesome. Keeping the flow moving. Yeah, you're right, Jim. Kindness, Maddie. Alex is awesome, man. Great accent and action-oriented content. And he's just funny. You know what I like about him, Matt? Is that he's creating content like we are that is unlike anything else on that platform. Holy fuck, is there a lot of boring content on LinkedIn? There's just so much content. Just telling you. Michael Hurst coming in. Look up Boder-Menhoff effect. When your friend wears a pink shirt, suddenly you see it everywhere. It's because your brain is trained to look for it. When you visualize, you train your brain to look. Hersey, that's a great comment, man. It's funny, Hersey, because when Carter bought his car, you know, I never saw his car anywhere. And then he buys his car. I see his car everywhere now. I'm like, wait a minute. I never even saw that model of car until he bought one. Now I see it everywhere. So Michael Hurst's comment is bang on. Guys, Michael was on the show last week, 2 weeks ago. If you haven't checked it out, go check out in the library. Michael Hurst joining us this morning. What's up, Hersey? Good to have you on the show here today, brother. Masculinity, courage to be yourself. From Michael, a.k.a. Global. That's a great one, man. Yes, I like that, Michael. I like that a lot. That's a great definition of healthy masculinity in action. Courage to be yourself. And that's what we are building right here on Mornings in the Lab, Kindness Rising, the entire Mornings in the Lab live network. Michael comes back. Knowing your masculinity is innate from birth. All right, let's keep it rolling, guys. LinkedIn, how a lemon built an entrepreneur. On LinkedIn, James Benamore. What's up, James? What's in your pocket? Your piece or your junk? Fucking roofie. Sorry, got distracted. Roofie's in the comments, keeping it light. On LinkedIn, James Benamore shared a parenting story that started with a lemon. At age 4, his son insisted a single lemon was the perfect lunch. Instead of saying no, James let him try and let him fail. That's a fucking great lesson, man. I love that. Fast forward nearly 20 years, that same kid is now opening his 4th venture, turning a former Winchester nightclub into a speakeasy and street food market after winning a relicensing battle. Dude, James helped on the tools over a bank holiday, proving real-world experience often beats classroom theory. So guys, what's the takeaway on this? Fucking love this, man. Letting kids make mistakes builds resilience. True story. And judgment that lectures can't. So over to you guys, Lab Nation. What's the lemon moment you let your kid or yourself learn from? That's why I think it's a good time to let your kids set up that lemon stand. Good morning to all of you guys tuning in right now. Have you subscribed? Yeah. Have you subscribed to the channel? Eastern time right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. 7:30 Eastern time is where the network starts with Matt Roof. But guys, if you're tuning in right now, I invite you, come join the live conversation. Love to see you in the comments. The vertical feed is hopping. We got Matt Roof down there in Kindness Rising. We got Matt Roof down there. We got Michael. We got B Drive. We got Good Time, Lady Drew. Come say hi. Nobody will bite. Petrocelli's in there. Come say hi. Come leave your comments and let me know, what's the lemon moment you let your kid learn from? I think that's the power in the lemon stand. That's the power in letting your kids go and sell lemon or sell cookies or whatever it is they're going to sell. Let them walk towards failure. All right, let's keep the community corner rolling, guys. Boop, boop. We're going to move over to YouTube. 5 reasons men don't talk about mental health. Yep. Well, on YouTube, Sam Clift, at Sam Cliff Talks, breaks down the 5 reasons men stay silent about mental health. Well, here, we're conditioned to be strong. We fear stigma. We lack the words. We build habits of suppression, and we don't know where to start. And what Cliff does is he reminds us that speaking up is a skill. You build it like any other. Think about it, guys. If you haven't learned how to speak up, how can you have the courage to speak up? So I would invite you to consider this. Start small. One feeling, one trusted person, one conversation at a time. Allow me to share a personal experience with you. Was having a chat with Karts yesterday, my son. He's not a fighter. He's a lover like his dad. He's playing hockey. Roofie, ears up. We know that hockey and fighting go hand in hand. Fighting's a big part of hockey. And I said, hey, Karts, you're playing junior hockey now. There's a good chance you're going to get called into a fight. And I can see him wince. Roofie, I saw him wince because he's not a fighter. I'm like, holy fuck, man. So I said to my son, what you might want to do is start small. Oh, didn't I just say that with this community corner segment? Yeah, I did. I said, you might want to find the tough guy, the big guy on the team, and say to him, hey, one of a few things. I'm not a fighter. Never fought before in my life. So A, can you either A, help me, B, teach me, or C, fight for me? But the point was, I said, Karts, just don't go in and try to be a big fighter off the bat. Maybe just go have a conversation with somebody and be vulnerable and say, dude, I've never fought before. But imagine walking up to a young man at 18 and saying, I've never fought before. Can you help me? One small step, one feeling. And I said to Carter, find the one guy, that one trusted person, have that one conversation, learn from it and see what happens. And I can tell, I could see the light going on in his head going, yeah, I like that. So what was the bigger lesson, guys? The stigma that he's playing within his head that he's got to fight? It's fixed. He's learned to walk towards it. And the connection that will always beat the isolation. So fellas, question for you. When was the last time you practiced? Guys, when was the last time you practiced that skill of speaking up? Because it's fucking hard. Even if it was just one word. We'd love to hear about it, guys, in the comments. Speaking of it, back into the comments, Michael's dropping in with some bombs. The small things in life are difficult when first experienced. The big picture is revealed. Sullivan comes back and says, Hersey says, that's like RAC, that Tony Robbins wrote book, Reticular Action Center. Yes. It's better learn, teach me, Youngblood style. Yeah. Show him the movie Youngblood starring Rob Lowe. I'd be surprised if he hasn't seen it yet. That's a good one. That's a good one, kindness. Yeah. You know what, Maddie? I just tell him to watch Chris Pronger videos on YouTube. Matt's laughing right now going, well, that's a good teaching video. Guys, go tell him to watch Chris Pronger videos. That's a tough motherfucker who's played hockey. I would love to try to get Pronger on the show. True story. Reached out to him a few times. So if anybody knows Chris Pronger out there, would love to get him on the show. Legend, NHL legend. One of the fucking toughest defensemen ever to play the game, I think. Anyways, love to hear your opinion on that. All right, let's wrap it up. From redefining masculinity to teaching through lemons to breaking the silence on men's mental health. The thorough line is this. The through line. Yeah, it's this. Just this one thread. Not the gold thread stuck in the South Korean's legs after gold acupuncture. What, Uncle Keith? Whoa. Go back to the start of the show. Yeah. Uncle Keith and Uncle John had a conversation about the lady in South Korea that went to get her knees checked. She had gold threads. Yeah, gold threads in her body. Go check it out. I'm telling you. So, if you want your story featured, you want your feature story on the Community Corner? You would love us to feature you in the Community Corner? Make a post. Follow us. Tag me. That's me, Keith Billis. Yeah. Or tag Matt Roof, the Kindness Rising guy. Go tag him and say, hey, can you guys feature me on Kindness Rising, on the Kindness Spotlight? Or can you feature me on the Community Corner? Or just make a great post and include us in it. And you might be surprised at what happens next. All right, Melissa, I see we got a fella named Blake we're going to go shine a light on. Let's get after it. What does it look like when leadership stops being about titles and starts being about service? Here's a coach who hands leaders the playbook for real-life results. Simple, powerful tools that work in the middle of the action. From teaching radical ownership to accelerating trust with his leadership growth formula, this creator has built a reputation for turning managers into multipliers of leaders. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Blake Bozarth, a champion for confidence, humility, and servant leadership. Follow him to sharpen your edge as a leader who actually delivers. Spartacus, I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Big time. Thanks for joining up on the show. Thanks for giving us your time. Yeah, that's what I said. Thanks for giving us your time. Think about it, guys. Think about it. You've heard me say it before. Keith and Matt and John, Melissa, Jimmy, the whole team here at the Mornings in the Lab Live Network, we know you guys have choices how to start your day. So when you choose intentionally to give us your time, we do not take it for granted. Full of gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, Spartacus. And hey, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say this. We have a paying members community, not to line Keith's pockets, Matt's pockets, Jimmy or Melissa's pockets. We have a paid community to reinvest back in the business. So if you guys want to contribute, that's awesome. We got 3 membership levels. I think it's $3 a month, $15 a month, $20 a month. And we continue to add value behind the scenes. And I just want to publicly thank those that are contributing to us. Much love, so much. It all started with the OG himself, Adam Holroyd, who stepped up a few months back and said, hey, it's funny, man, because I'll never forget that morning I woke up and I get this message from YouTube saying, somebody subscribed to your community. I sent Melissa a message. I'm like, so now what? Somebody's paying us money. What the fuck happens now? So if it wasn't, true story, man, if it wasn't for Holroyd stepping up and saying, I value this show. I get so much value out of the content and from this team that I want to contribute. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have been getting these pieces of the business launched. I've been so focused on building the product. So yeah, exactly. Now I got to figure it out. So Holroyd, I got lots of love, man. And as I said to you guys, in our community, there's one sticker. It's the OG sticker. And hey, one guy has it, Adam Holroyd. And then number 2 was Lady Drew, our community corner calling every single day. All right, but guys, let's keep it rolling here in the Creator Spotlight. Blake Bozarth, you guys saw the video. You know the best leaders aren't the loudest in the room unless they're named Uncle Keith. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, just the loudest guy. True story. Yeah. Just fucking loud, shoulders out, just confident. And you know what the funny thing is, anybody who knows me really well would know how much bullshit a lot of that is. But anyways, they're the ones who give you the confidence to step up while reminding they are in it with you. It's a true story. Think about it. You're trying to go, and your leader is there next to you. He's helping you hand in hand. He's there to catch you when you fall. He's there to prop you up as you succeed. That is what I see in Blake Bozarth. This guy, dude, this guy's not just building content. He's actually building people. Not optimists like Tesla. No, this guy is building up people, the kind of leaders who shows you how ownership isn't about control, but it is about trust. And here's the part I love about Blake's stuff. His work, completely practical. It's about everyday habits, real conversations, and helping managers become leaders worth following. So I invite you to go check out Blake Bozarth over on LinkedIn. And Blake, brother, I got an invitation for you. Oh, there's the accent. There's the different voice for Blake Bozarth. Yes, it is. Hey, Bozarth, I got an invitation for you. Yes, Keith? Well, Blake, we'd love to have you on the show. Oh, tell me about the show. Well, I think you'd be awesome on the show so we can celebrate somebody. I've never done that before. They're going to go back and forth here. But Blake, we'd love to have you on the show so we can celebrate you and we can give you the Creator Spotlight so you can shine it on somebody in your orbit and make them feel all great and fuzzy and warm on an upcoming Community Corner right here on Mornings in the Lab as part of the Mornings in the Lab live network. Melissa, who's next? Ever notice how trust feels harder to earn than ever? Brands chase attention, but people crave meaning. This guy has stepped into that gap, showing leaders how to build strategies that breathe. His work has shaped award-winning campaigns for global companies. He's trained the next generation in classrooms from New York to Ohio, and he's distilled his playbook into a 3-step framework that anyone can use. Mornings in the Lab is proud to celebrate Jay Mendel, a coach, teacher, and guide redefining what accountability means in marketing today. Follow his work for clarity that lasts. You ever feel like your marketing is missing a pulse? Why? Well, what if the strategy felt more like a human story and less like a spreadsheet? Well, Jay Mandel doesn't just preach values, he engineers them into your brand. He's taught in front of classrooms and Fortune brands, always rooted in curiosity, candor, and collaboration. But it's not about the big titles. No, baby, it's about the person who can guide you to brand strategy that breathes. And that person is Jay Mandel. And Jay, here's how it works, brother. We stumbled across your Substack. Love the content you're putting out there. So what we'd like to do is invite you to our show. Because we're celebrating you, I'm suspecting there's somebody in your orbit that you'd like to celebrate. And we would like to celebrate them with you. So as a result, Jay, I'd like to invite you to Mornings in the Lab so you can bring somebody to our show and invite it and keep paying this wonderful segment forward. Okay, guys, wow. 2 hours in the books. And I know we got the Inside AI Lab stuff working on, but true story, we got a bunch of levers we're pulling right now. So the third hour is we're weaving it forward, just like we got the second hour onto the first. When we started the show, it was 1 hour, got it to 90 minutes. Now it's at 2 hours. You guys keep showing up and contributing. And we are going to continue building this baby into that 3-hour behemoth and then eventually that 4-hour behemoth every single day. So I appreciate the patience as we keep growing this thing with you guys. All right. Spartacus, I pray that you find someone special you truly deserve. Lady Drew, I agree. I'm with you, Spartacus. Drew's special. There's only one lady. There's clearly only one Lady Drew on the planet, and we are very grateful that Lady Drew decides to spend every morning with us here in the lab. All right, guys, listen, we're going to work towards wrapping it up. What are you guys up to today? Love to hear what you guys are up to. We'd love to see you guys in the Mornings in the Lab community after the show. We keep the conversation going in the Mornings in the Lab community right here on the channel. If you are a member, thank you for being one. If you'd like to become one, you click join. You become so you subscribe, and then if you want to become a paying member, click on join, and you become a paying member of the community as we grow this thing. And hey, guys, if you want to start your own show, your own live conversation, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour. You want to do it in the morning? Maybe you don't want to do it in the morning. Yeah, you want to do it in the morning. Come knock on my door. Come knock on Matt's door. We'll get you started. We'll teach you an entirely new way to create content, live content, and conversation that'll entertain folks and present you in a way that many folks perhaps haven't seen before. So come check us out, the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Okay, guys, well, listen, hope you guys had as much fun today as I did. A lot of fun here today. Man, the show went by fast. We were supposed to have a guest on the show today. Do not know what happened there. We messaged them a few times, and I saw the messages go out. We messaged them on LinkedIn, and it's I said it before, I'll say it again. It's bizarre when folks just don't show up, like the proverbial ghost. And I don't actually know why. So I don't know if it's because somebody didn't get a message or if they just slept in, maybe they hit the snooze button. But it is fascinating to me. You know, and Rufy and I have talked about it before, where just sometimes just folks just don't show up. Like, oh, it's like what Rufy and I had a meeting yesterday afternoon where the person confirmed their meeting and then just didn't show up. And the guy that was supposed to be on the show today, we confirmed yesterday with that he's supposed to show up today. So I don't know. It's just really weird. Yeah, and Murphy's right, man. Sometimes zero accountability is. Sometimes I just wonder how people are successful like that. Could you imagine going through life just by ghosting everybody, just not showing up? But hey, let's take it with a grain of salt. Maybe something came up and prevented our guest today from showing up on the show. But hey, all that aside, guys, kindness rising. Matt Roof, getting after it. Watch Kindness Rise and Calistanner continuing their quest to be good neighbors. And tomorrow is all about teenage mystery fandom. Scooby, Jump Street, Bloodhound Gang, 7:30 Eastern Time with Roofy on the network. And then, guys, we're going to do a Free Fall Friday, have a lot of fun, some conversations for tomorrow's show before we get into the weekend, into next week. So on behalf of the whole crew, Melissa, awesome job today. Wonderful job on the buttons. Lady Drew, Roofy, Petrocelli, good time. Everybody out there, Michael, I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Morning to the lab, we're out of here. See you guys. Ciao.
True motherfucking story.